Hey guys, it's Megan. So as I promised, I'm gonna do the video kind of series thing that I was talking about, and this one's gonna be how I found out that I basically had anything wrong with me at all. So I think I kind of mentioned in the first video a little bit of the stuff, but we'll just go ahead and reiterate some things, I guess. But basically, what happened was, I believe in November, I had, it's just so much easier when I'm telling other people to just say, when they're like, well, because I get asked all the time, how did you find out? How did you know something was wrong? And I just basically say I had stroke-like symptoms, which, if you know, stroke-like symptoms are like, one side of your body goes numb, different things like that, and I would, half of my face would go numb, and it was all on my right side, my right arm would go numb, and then the right side of my face would go numb. So, my eye, my nose, my mouth, just, complete right side. Even down, split down the middle of my tongue would go numb. That was a weird feeling, but whatever. And my speech would get slurred. My vision would be blurry. I basically couldn't even talk at all. I would try to say things, and they wouldn't even come out. I either wouldn't be able to talk, or I couldn't get them out right at all. And it happened a couple times between November and December. And my mom just wrote it off to, oh, you're having anxiety, you're having panic attacks and stuff like that, which I've had panic attacks and anxiety, and that kind of thing never happened before whenever I had it, and it would just happen for no reason. I'd be watching TV and this would happen. So, it happened about 5 times, and the last time it happened, I was at work. I just started a brand new job. It was the second day of training, and this started happening, and I felt like a complete wacko because she called on me to read something that we were reading, and I had to have her, come outside with me, and I was trying to tell her it was wrong, but I couldn't get anything to come out because it was happening right then, and I was like, I can't even say anything. So, anyways, she was just like, maybe you should call your doctor. So I finally called my doctor, and he was like, well, you should probably go to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and they did a CT scan, and they found out that I had a mass, which is their other word of saying tumor. They just don't want to say tumor, I guess. So I found out I had a tumor, and I found out February 19th, and I got set up for surgery on March 6th. So that's how that happened. And I just want to say, if you feel something's off, I felt something was off myself. I'm not a hypochondriac or anything, but there's a situation whenever I was 12 years old, whenever I had appendicitis, and my mom didn't think anything was wrong with me, and I went 3 days, and it was horrible before my stepdad finally took me to the doctor. My parents are yelling in there, I don't know what they're doing, but if you think something's wrong with you, go to the doctor. You know what I mean? It's not worth not going, even if your parents think you're crazy, or, you're just, whatever, okay, they'll tell you no, nothing's wrong. It's better to know. But yeah, so I just got off track. That's another thing with this, is, I'll completely forget what I was talking about or saying. When you have brain things, it messes with your memory. Nope, don't remember. But anyways, this is gonna screw with me now that I'm doing a video. Yeah, so I had surgery March 6th and everything. And, okay, when I had the surgery, they still didn't know that it was cancer, and it took forever to actually find out that it was cancer. So I'll go through that, kinda, and then I'll make another video for, my actual hospital stay and the surgeries and how that worked and everything. So, on February 19th, I started taking medicines and everything for it, and, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I was going to say something to do with, yeah, anyways, so, this is, the most frustrating part of it ever, is that I can't remember stuff at all, and it's just, I'll completely go blank in the middle of talking. So that's a side effect, if you didn't know. But anyway, so I had surgery March 6th, and I was in there for a while. Well, I was out of the hospital, because I was in the hospital for 10 days. And I was out for another week and a half, until we found out that it was until we found out it was cancerous. They had sent it to UAMS, which is in Little Rock, and different places. And they said when they took out my tumor that half of it was dead, and half of it was mangled. And it was 2 inches in diameter. So whatever half dead and mangled means, whatever. That's supposedly what it was. And then we went in there and we kind of found out in a not so good way. Like, the oncologist nurse came in there and was asking me all these questions. She's like, have you got your port yet? And I was like, huh? I was like, port? You know, we were just there to find out if I had cancer or not. And, you know, you have a port if you have cancer. And so she basically told me right then that I had cancer, because she was like, oh, did you get your port already? My mom was like, a port? We're just here to find out if she even has cancer. So that was like a really traumatic experience, because the doctor came in and he just, like I said, I think it's in another video, he just kind of hung his head. He wasn't positive. He was just like, oh, well, you know, taking time bomb, you're about to be out in like 3 to 6 months. So it wasn't a very good experience at all. But yeah, so that's how I found out that I have brain cancer. And like I said, it's glioblastoma multiform. I'm going to have a whole video talking about that, because it's the most fatal type of brain cancer that there is. And so I'm going to go more into that as well on one of these videos. But yeah, that's just how I found out. I had stroke-like symptoms 5 different times. You know, when I couldn't talk and stuff like that. And what they actually were was brain seizures. They weren't, you know, like I said, the typical type of seizures that you have, but they were seizures in my brain that was making me react like that. So that's what that was. And yeah, I'm going blank again, but you knew. I'm still my normal self. Like, that's good, because they say a lot of times when you have surgeries and stuff, like, and you know, anything to do with your brain can make your whole personality change. You know, you're rerouting different nerves and things that can make you different, and just everything. And I'm pretty much the same person, so lucky for you guys and everybody that I know. But yeah, so that's how I found out, was seizure or stroke-like symptoms, and finally went to the doctor and got a CT scan. And then, of course, after a month, basically, I mean, pretty much 3 weeks of it being sent around to everybody and their brother, they finally found out it was glioblastoma and cancer. So it was a malignant brain tumor. So yeah, that's my video on that. And like I said, I'll get in more to, I don't know what I'll do next, but we'll find out. So keep watching, and talk to you later. Bye.